Hello, I'm Martha Anger, and this is my sign name. I graduated from the Residential School for the Deaf, and I moved here, and I've been here for the last 2 years at Columbia University. I got connected with the film industry. I really fell in love with films when I was a little girl. I loved horror movies. I watched them all the time. Scary films. I just really enjoyed it. Just was my personality. I like to watch movies more than read books. So I wanted to change the world with my films and show my personality in a film. And that's the reason why I'm here, right? I also like to compete. If somebody challenges me and says they can beat me, I really like to push myself. It's hard, but I always get a positive result, and I feel good about that. I also had to work with a group of trained actors. You learn how to approach people face to face and, work with them and teach them how your vision. There's a lot of pressure and competition. So I started to realize that okay, I don't care. I have to be blunt, and I have to say this is my film. I am directing. And then on the second week, time just I just kept having to climb to the top. And then, eventually it became a lot easier. I know what I really wanted. I knew my vision, and I knew how to tell the actors what I needed and how they could match it. And it was brilliant. Really had to pull up my sleeves and work really hard with the trained actors. And English is my second language, so I kind of worried about others being able to read the script. So it really helped me improve my English. And I have some advice to the deaf. Don't care what people think. You have your vision and you have your view, and you can choose and pick what you like from other people's advice. And constantly, when you're writing, it changes. Not the first script. You constantly are changing it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I constantly had to change. Finally, at the 8th rough draft, I was there. But changed a lot, and then it became better. I have a favorite quote: "You can't walk away from your darkest day." Sometimes it's really hard to trust. So, don't be alone and don't isolate. It's really important to have a good support system. I had to figure out how to work with the hearing and the deaf. I also had to figure out how I was going to fund the film and feed all of the workers. it's hard to figure out how to get the money for everything, but I finally did. I collected eventually 5,000. I haven't had problems in directing films with the hearing. You know, in the film industry, there are lots of very big film crews. And you have to impress people. And I just worked really, really, really hard for that communication with hearing. Sometimes I didn't have an interpreter, and I just used my expressions and other ways of communicating. So I had to sometimes communicate how I wanted things set up, and you know, the lighting I wanted in the corner, and you know, I really had to work with everyone for the theme and my vision. It's really exciting right now because I finally have a combination of a crew of deaf and hearing workers. It is wonderful and very exciting to break through that and set it up. I have 4 interpreters that are all over the place, walking around interpreting. It was a challenge. I thought it was a challenge, but in my gut, I knew that it would work out. And hopefully there aren't any more problems. And I do have some more advice. Focus on yourself and don't listen to people when they say that you can't do it. Follow your passions and your hopes. Block all the negative thoughts. And you can break through anything. Never give up. Like with the combination of deaf and hearing crew that I had, I didn't give up. And I broke through a lot of barriers. And people will notice that, and they will respect you more. More people will want to work with you. Just do it. Last but not least, just remember anything is possible. Don't let anything beat you. And just remember, you can always make it happen. I love you, my deaf people. Haha.